BTS news today. The Parisian sky that evening was painted with a golden-orange hue, brushing the classic rooftops of the fashion capital with a warmth that words could never quite capture. Amidst the camera flashes, the dazzling lights, and the frenzy of the fashion world, one name stood at the center of attention: Kim Taehyung of BTS. He walked the red carpet of the Celine Fashion show with an unmatched star quality. No prior announcement, no grand media coverage from Korea or the international press. Yet when his footsteps touched the polished black floor of the exclusive venue, it felt as though the room held its breath. Wearing a signature Celine ensemble with vintage rock flair, Taehyung exuded an aristocratic French rebel aura. He captivated photographers and drew every eye in the room, from Vogue editors to global celebrities. Yet far from the glitz and glamour, two other BTS names quietly stirred hearts on the opposite side of the globe. Jungkook and Jimin. As news of Taehyung's appearance began to spread through social media and live stories from fashion influencers, ARMY, BTS fans quickly propelled the hashtag #TaehyungXCeline to global trending status. But what shocked fans even more wasn't just V's mesmerizing runway presence, but how Jungkook and Jimin responded. From a hidden recording studio in Los Angeles, that same afternoon in LA, Jimin and Jungkook were deep in session at a secret studio, working on BTS's latest project. There was no official schedule released by Big Hit Music, but a local producer leaked that both idols had been there since early morning, immersed in vocals and arrangement. Everything changed, however, when a staff member showed them an Instagram story from Celine's official account, featuring Taehyung in a leather jacket and sunglasses. Jimin, who was sitting cross-legged on the studio floor with damp hair after a vocal session, fell silent as he stared at the screen. A small smile played on his lips, but his eyes shimmered with unspoken emotion. Jungkook, seated behind the mixer, stood and moved closer, peering at the phone as well. Their gazes spoke louder than words. They missed Taehyung. "He looks incredible," Jimin whispered, his voice barely audible. "Just like the first time we went to Paris together." Jungkook nodded, eyes blankly fixed on the screen before turning toward the sunset through the studio window. "I even remember the jacket he wore back then," he said with a faint smile. "He's always looked right at home on a runway. But more than that, he belongs with us." Silence filled the room briefly. The instrumental track played softly in the background. Jimin turned to Jungkook, pulled out his phone, and began typing in his notes. "Let's send him something," he said. "Not just a message. A song." "A song?" Jungkook asked. Jimin looked at him, eyes full of conviction. "A song about the three of us. About how one of us can fly away for a while, but we're still whole." Without another word, Jungkook opened a new project on his laptop. He began to gently play chords on the digital keyboard while Jimin held the mic and whispered lyrics inspired by Taehyung's photo in Paris. The lyrics were incomplete, but the meaning flowed straight from their hearts: longing, admiration, and a bond that distance could never break. Elsewhere, backstage after the photo session, Taehyung checked his phone and found a message in their group chat. "Celine got nothing on you, bro. We're writing a song tonight. Hope you hear it soon." Taehyung chuckled quietly and replied, "Make it painful and beautiful, like friendship." That night, standing alone on the balcony of his hotel with the Eiffel Tower glowing in the distance, Taehyung listened to the demo Jungkook had just sent. The song wasn't finished. Just the piano and Jimin's gentle voice singing a single verse. "We walk 3 paths / but the stars still draw us as 1 / in every silence / I hear you run." Taehyung lifted his phone, filmed himself staring at the Parisian sky, and added a caption: "In every silence, I hear you run." #BTS. The story only lasted a few minutes before he deleted it. But it was enough for thousands of armies to screenshot it and begin speculating about a new BTS song. Weverse remained silent. But in the hearts of fans, the story had already come alive. The next day, Paris still buzzed over V's appearance at Celine. But for Jimin and Jungkook, the previous night meant everything. They didn't just watch their friend shine from afar. They immortalized that moment in music. The song might never be officially released, maybe only living as a demo among the three of them. But they knew, within the silence of that song, their friendship was alive. A local LA producer, speaking in a closed interview, said, I've never seen Jungkook and Jimin that serious about one track. Not because they wanted a hit, but because they were writing about someone who means the world to them. It felt like watching two souls sing their longing. The relationship between BTS members is more than an idol group. They're a family. And when one of them steps into the global fashion spotlight like Taehyung did that night, the others don't just cheer from afar. They celebrate through creation, through song, through love that words can't define. As days passed and media attention shifted elsewhere, one thing remained: the song. The unfinished song. The one that would keep growing. With the three of them, night turned to morning in Los Angeles. Sunlight crept softly through the studio curtains, warming a room still filled with echoes of unfinished melodies. Jungkook had fallen asleep on a small sofa, headphones dangling around his neck, his laptop still open to the project they had yet to name. Jimin sat on the floor against the wall, notebook full of scribbled lyrics and raw emotions in hand. That morning felt different, not just because of the music they'd made, but because of the feeling left behind. A longing so vivid, so real, it could only be poured into art. Jimin glanced once more at his phone, reopening the photo of Taehyung on the runway. His calm eyes, his confident steps, and that smile that seemed to say, "I'm doing fine." But for Jimin and Jungkook, doing fine often wasn't just an expression. It was a shield, a way they hid their weariness or silence from each other. Jungkook stirred awake, rubbed his eyes, and noticed Jimin still staring. "You're still looking at the photo?" he mumbled. Jimin nodded wordlessly, then turned off his phone and looked at him. "Do you think he's happy over there?" Jungkook stared at the ceiling for a moment, then softly replied, "I think he's always happy when he knows we believe in him. But yeah, I know he misses us, just like we miss him." Soon after, the studio phone rang. Their manager was calling to inform them that international media had begun reporting on BTS's closeness behind the scenes following Taehyung's Celine appearance. Some major fashion outlets even remarked that Taehyung seemed different that night, emotionally powerful, as though he was carrying the presence of loved ones with him. "That's you too," the manager said. His face that night, it looked like he wasn't alone. Hearing that, Jimin stood and walked to the piano. He began to play new notes, gentle and honest. Jungkook picked up the mic and started singing lyrics they had written the night before, but this time, more personal, more real. "We breathe the same moonlight, / even from oceans apart you, where the sky / we wear your heart and in the silence / you're still art Taehyung." This is where we start. They never mentioned his name directly in the song, but anyone who heard it would know. This wasn't just another love song. It was a memoir, a letter from two friends to someone who was shining elsewhere. Days later, the song was accidentally leaked in a short 13-second Instagram live by a studio technician. Even with just the chorus, it sent shockwaves through the fandom. Armies worldwide began speculating. Was this part of a new BTS project? A subunit released by Jungkook and Jimin? Or just a personal track never meant for public ears? The most intriguing part, however, was Taehyung's reaction. After the snippet went viral, he posted a short story, a photo of the Paris night sky with 3 stars aligned in a row. The caption read, "You don't need to say my name in the song. I already hear it in the silence."